grid confirmed then. Simon Cole will be the first of the Division 2s. Smith and Oliver on the front row, that's David and Michael. Stuart Oliver and John Bowler on row 2. Neil Yates and Martin Gibson will be on row 3. Tom O'Rourke and Ryan Smith on the 4th row. Completing the top 10, John Powell and Simon Cole in the DAF and the Iveco. Row 6 will be at number 5, Adam Bint, alongside 61, Sami Oyanen. He's back out, he missed race 4 earlier on with engine trouble. Row 7, 3, Stephen Powell, and number 40, Archie Handy. Wait to see if Stephen Powell is out there as well, because he had that steering problem. Row 8 of the grid, 69, David Jenkins, alongside number 10, Jake Evans. Jenkins a long way back on the grid after his retirement earlier on. Row 9, Callum Eason, and there won't be Graham Poole, of course. Bradley Harvey will start at the back, the newcomers having to start from the rear of the grid, of course. Should hopefully see 18 trucks out there. We'll confirm that when they're onto the grid. There's our poleman, the auto-equipped garage equipment's truck of David Smith. Former Division 2 champion several years ago, made a return to truck racing last season. There's Tom O'Rourke, looking to go one better than race 3. John Powell missing the front bodywork off the lower part of his truck. Bradley Harvey and the Weaver team DAF, that's John Powell's truck from last season, re-liveried. Adam Bint in his brand new Mercedes. David Jenkins, the best of second place yesterday, but a disappointing weekend other than that. I make it 17 trucks out there. We haven't got Graham Poole. I don't think Stephen Powell's there either. A weekend to forget for him, sadly, on his local circuit. Oh well, he can always head down the road to his pub to drown his sorrows later. Marshals get them into grid formation. Simon Cole going for win number 3 in Division 2. He's ahead of his rivals on the grid because it used to be that the grid was separate and the top 8 in each division would be reversed. But with the slightly lower numbers in Division 2, now everything is combined and just the top 8 finishers overall are reversed. We did see, as a result of that, a Division 2 truck win a race overall last year. That was Paul Rivette here at Brands Hatch. Just waiting for David Jenkins to pull into line. There's a gap next to Archie Handy. That's where Stephen Powell should have been. That marshal stopping David Jenkins, stood directly in front of the truck, is certainly braver than I am. I wouldn't want to stand in front of one of these. Obviously no Graham Poole after his crash earlier on, so Callum Eason starts on row 9 alone, and Bradley Harvey from the back. Sami Oyanen back out. Problematic weekend for the Sisu, the Mad Croc energy drink truck. Sisu were a force to be reckoned with back in the 90s in the European Truck Racing Championship. Jokke Kallio, the ex-rallycrosser, was their lead driver. Remo Sodiaman as well. Harry Lustar in the later years, and we mentioned earlier Minna Kuopala were among their drivers, always employing drivers from their homeland of Finland. Norbert Kiss from Hungary has been the top name in the European Championship over the last few years, along with Germany's Jochen Hahn. A few Brits do contest the FIA European Truck Racing Championship, which sadly doesn't come to these shores anymore. The likes of John Newell from Yorkshire, Mark Taylor, Shane Brereton as well, the international hot rod racer, among other things. He does a bit of historic car racing as well. So here we go then, the last race of the weekend for the big rigs. Bradley Harvey at the back in the Weaver truck, also sponsored by HGV Direct. Again for all your comments. Next to Heinrich, who's supporting John Powell, the Greenhouse Group team. Looking forward to seeing his new DAF out soon. Hi to the Jamesy boy from Scotland. He's supporting Tom O'Rourke. Billy Buzz Smith supporting Ryan Smith. Keep on trucking, he says. We certainly do here at Brands Hatch. "17 trucks out there then, just the trucks of Stephen Powell and Graham Poole out there. Graham is okay, I can tell you, after that spill earlier on. All the safety systems working as they should. Let's finish with a cracker then from the British Truck Racing Championship, race 5 of the weekend. It's Callum Eason, what a fine debut weekend from him. DAF leads them round. David Smith and Michael Oliver on the front of the grid. Michael's had a rather fraught weekend. Can he make up with it with a victory? Can David Smith take his first ever Division 1 victory? The best he had last year was a 2nd place. Stuart Oliver make it 2 for the weekend. Can anyone stop Ryan Smith? Tom O'Rourke make up for his disappointments earlier. He thought he'd won it. David Jenkins is going to have to charge his way through. Plenty of questions to be answered in this one. 17 trucks out there. Pace truck is in pit lane. Here we go then, the revs begin to rise. David Smith and Michael Oliver lead them away. Up towards the red lights for the final race of the weekend for the British Truck Racing Championship here at Brands Hatch. The power comes on and away they go. A fishtailing start from Michael Oliver, side by side with David Smith. He tries to put the squeeze on him down into the first corner at Paddock Hill Bend. They're leaning on each other slightly. Everybody's got round the first corner okay. Bit of dust being kicked up on the outside by Martin Gibson and John Bowler there, still side by side, the 2 front row men. Smith will have the inside line for Druid. Stuart Oliver's got away well, he's up into 3rd. Will they all get round? Druid's okay, it looks like it's a couple of trucks running wide. John Bowler again on the dirt there, he's in 4th place, but David Smith has held his lead from pole position. Michael Oliver 2nd, Stuart Oliver is up to 3rd, and going wide that's Bradley Harvey in the 96. Weaver Motorsport truck runs wide onto the grass at Graham Hill Bend, rejoins at the back. David Smith leads the way then from Michael Oliver, Stuart Oliver, John Bowler, Neil Yates up there in 5th position. So no major change at the moment from their grid slots, except for Stuart Oliver making a challenge possibly for 2nd place. Martin Gibson's all over the back of Neil Yates in there as well for 5th position, but it's David Smith in the white MAN who leads the way. Bit of a lock up there for Neil Yates. He just cannot get the handling right. That 33 truck, and he's going wide, he's into the gravel. Off goes Neil Yates in the 33. Now, can he keep it going? I think he will. Everybody else dodges to the inside to avoid him. Disaster averted. Neil Yates is well down the order. The Olivers side by side. Well, family ties being ditched here between Michael and Stuart. Side by side for 2nd. Stuart trying to go round the outside of his son here. And he's done it up into 2nd place. He wants to get after David Smith out in front. Bowler still 4th. Gibson 5th with Neil Yates having dropped back. 6th is Tom O'Rourke trying to hold off Ryan Smith. But I don't think Tom was too happy at being forced wide at Clearways in the earlier race by Ryan. David Jenkins has made a good start. He's up there in behind them. He's up to about 8th place. Stuart Oliver is now ready to attack David Smith the lead. Here comes Ryan Smith on the inside. Tom O'Rourke says, no, you're not. Moves across the front of him. So Ryan goes to the outside instead. to Paddock Hill Bend. David Jenkins is up to 8th behind them. Then it's Simon Cole in 9th. He's leading Division 2 ahead of Jake Evans and Sami Oyanen. Neil Yates has gone across the line in 13th place. Stuart Oliver looking determined here, attacking David Smith for the lead. The DS Commercials and Autoquip MAN into Graham Hill Bend. Them follow through single file. Ryan Smith has got ahead of Tom O'Rourke. He's done that at the top of the hill. 3-team Oliver Racing trucks up there in the top 5 places. A little bit of a tap there possibly from Stuart Oliver to let David Smith know he's there. He goes to the outside as they come through clearways. Onto the throttle as they head along the Brabham Straight, and Stuart Oliver's going to go round the outside. I think look at the speed of that Volvo. David Smith up alongside. They're going to be absolutely together over the line. Still side by side to Paddock, and Smith's got the inside and he will hold the lead, but Oliver's got the cutback. That's a great bit of driving by Stuart Oliver. They touch, they lean on each other. Something flew off one of their trucks. I don't know which one it was, but Stuart Oliver up the inside and he's through, and Michael's followed him. It's the Olivers 1 and 2. Oh, brilliant. That was a great change of line by Stuart Oliver, showing us why he is a 10-time British champion. David Smith holding John Bowler for 3rd place now. Then it's Martin Gibson. Ryan Smith in 6th position. He's done the fastest lap, 59.74 seconds. Behind Ryan is Tom O'Rourke, then David Jenkins. 9th place we've got John Powell in the DAF. He's got Adam Bint up behind him as Ryan Smith up the inside now on Martin Gibson. Still leading Division 2 is Simon Cole, looking for his 3rd win of the weekend to take the points lead. Ryan Smith up into P5 ahead of Gibson in the 101. Gibson's fighting back though up the inside there into turn 1. He has a look, but no, Smith closes the door. Tom O'Rourke has got David Jenkins glued to his rear axle almost there through Paddock Bend. The hill into Druids. Jenkins trying to go around the outside, and he's done it. Impressive move by David Jenkins there, around the outside of Tom O'Rourke. Steam coming off the brakes, the water-cooled brakes on the 86 truck. And a gap back to Adam Bint. He's got ahead of John Powell there. It's for 9th position. David Smith still holding 3rd. The Olivers are getting away. They're rather held up behind David Smith, who he hasn't quite got the pace of his rivals behind, but he's got the racing line. We saw this with Tom O'Rourke earlier on, and this will be frustrating Ryan Smith. He wants to get after Stuart and Michael Oliver out in front. He's got to get past these two first, and at the moment he cannot do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks together. There's Adam Bint in the black Mercedes, a menacing looking truck that is. Behind him John Powell, then Simon Cole, the leader of Division 2. He's got Neil Yates behind him, the Division 1 truck. Second in Division 2 is Jake Evans, then there's a gap back to Sami Oyanen in 3rd place. Still David Smith holding 3rd. Here comes Ryan Smith attacking John Bowler, who's still holding that 4th place. Now Smith normally makes his moves here at clearways, not this time. The stripe they come. Still just under 9 minutes this race to go. Jenkins kicking up some dust there on the inside. He's having a go at Martin Gibson. Moves across to the inside. He's had a very decent comeback weekend to the championship this year. Hasn't raced trucks on a regular basis for 3 years. We did see him as a guest entry at Convoy in the Park of Donington. The occasion when John McGuinness also competed in the international truck races. The Isle of Man TT legend. Shane Brereton was there as well. John Newell made his UK comeback. Still David Smith hanging on grimly to 3rd place. Now here comes Ryan Smith attacking John Bowler. He'll try the move at Surtees. Bowler again moves to cover. Gonna have to go over the curb there on the inside. Keeps his foot in. Keeps his nose in front as well. Defensive driving by John Bowler. Now, could this let Martin Gibson in for an attack on the back of Flying Ryan? Bowler holds the place, bit of bodywork flapping on the left front. Going up towards half distance in this one. It's still Stuart Oliver and Michael Oliver. You haven't forgotten about them out in front. 1.6 seconds between them. Stuart looking for his second win of the weekend. Ryan Smith buzzing about on the tail of John Bowler. David Jenkins getting involved in the battle now as well on the tail of Martin Gibson. Just behind them is O'Rourke. Bint and John Powell completing the top 10. Neil Yates has now got ahead of the Division 2 pack. Still led by Simon Cole. 17 trucks are still running. Bradley Harvey, of course, ran wide on the opening lap onto the grass. He's still running at the back of the field. Tom O'Rourke trying to keep pace with these Division 1 rivals ahead of him. Here comes now Ryan Smith's got a run on John Bowler as they come onto the Brabham straight. He should go through there. Bowler will try and keep his foot in and keep it around the outside, but Smith's got the nose in front of the Daimler Freightliner. Up the inside, Bowler's hanging on around the outside, but he can't hold back the 9 times champion. Already looking good for 10 titles this year. Bowler back up the inside. Jenkins darts out from behind Martin Gibson. He's going to try and get the inside for the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend, but he won't do so because the 101 moves across to take the line. And now Ryan Smith has only got his namesake David in front of him. But has he run out of time to catch the Olivers? David Smith still holding on in third position on his local circuit. Olivers are about 4 seconds up the road now ahead of this group of 6. Stewart's still ahead of Michael by 2.2 seconds now, so the 10-time champion is pulling away. Over the line they go. Ryan Smith up the outside. David Smith just got to hold his line. There are the leaders. They're lapping Bradley Harvey's number 96. Ryan Smith tries to force the issue on David Smith, and oh no, you don't, says David Smith. Goodness me. Ryan Smith loses some front bodywork there as he had to go onto the grass. And John Bowler's going to try and get involved in this as well. Making his MAN as wide as possible there, David Smith. He was not going to let Ryan Smith up the inside there, so Ryan's going to try again on the run down to Surtees. Move back to the other side. There's bodywork flapping everywhere. That's the last race of the weekend. David Smith still hanging on. Just cosmetic damage on the front of the Daimler. Try a run down the outside on the Brabham straight now. Has he got the straight line speed to draw past David Smith? The two Smiths side by side. John Bowler watching on. Across the line they go. They're nearly 8 seconds behind Michael Oliver in second place now, and David still will not be moved from that third place. Ryan's going to try again. More bodywork goes flying. Again he goes over the grass. He's getting a bit, in my opinion, a bit overly aggressive there, Ryan Smith. He hasn't noticed John Bowler creeping up on the outside as well. They're almost stuck together, those two now. Bowler's going to try and have a go here. Side by side into Graham Hill Bend, and still David Smith holds the place. He is not going to let Ryan Smith intimidate him here. He moves across on him again. Oh, now there's some needle creeping into this now. Ryan Smith, he'll be getting angry in there. He'll feel that David is blocking him. They're coming up on back markers as well, I think. Yes, Bradley Harvey is going to be lapped. David Jenkins is up alongside John Bowler, meanwhile. That's for 5th position. Ryan Smith goes to the inside. He's up on the grass again. And again, David Smith outpaces him. Martin Gibson having a go at Bowler and Jenkins. And Ryan Smith's going to be boxed in here behind Bradley Harvey as they arrive at Paddock Hill Bend almost. Now he moves to the inside. Bradley moves out of the way. Up towards Druids. Again, there's push and shove there. Ryan Smith, he's getting impatient now. He'll feel that he was forced onto the grass there by David Smith a lap ago. Let's hope this doesn't get ugly here for 3rd place. Running wide there, Adam Bint battling with Tom O'Rourke. He's caught up to this train of trucks now as well. It's like a road train, isn't it? We've got ourselves a convoy here at Brands Hatch. They're all stacking up behind David Smith. The Olivers are away and gone. With Stuart Oliver seemingly going to win this. There's still 3 minutes to go, near enough. And Ryan Smith just cannot shift David Smith's MAN out of his way. More bodyworks come off the number 1. Here comes David Jenkins now on the inside. He's getting into this. More bodywork flapping on David Smith's truck. To Druids once again for the 13th time. John Bowler up the inside. Smith chops across him. He's not looking in his mirrors here, Ryan Smith. He's just concentrating on the truck in front of him. I think David Jenkins has got past John Bowler. Yes, he has. And Bowler's going to be forced wide at Graham Hill Bend, so Martin Gibson might come through. And again, David Smith tries to block there down the Cooper Straights. Jenkins is closing up on them as well. Ryan Smith and him have been deadly rivals over the years. There's definitely some needle creeping into this battle. Up front, Stuart Oliver leads by 2.89 seconds now. They're way ahead of this pair. The pair of them way ahead of this lot, I should say. Bodywork flapping everywhere. David Jenkins is going to have a go at Smith, and I don't think Smith has seen it. Smith is just concentrating on the truck in front of him. Coming up behind them now, O'Rourke, Binns, and that's Neil Yates, I think, behind them as well. John Powell's dropped back. Still David Smith is hanging on ahead of Ryan Smith. Division 2, that's being led by Simon Cole still. Just keeping an eye on the timing screen for Division 2. We concentrate on this Division 1 battle up front. There's John Powell, he is still in there. Still David Smith refuses to budge from that 3rd place. He will not be intimidated here. I shall not be moved, he says. They're coming round possibly to start their last lap. Now, they may get one more out of it. I didn't see when Stuart Oliver crossed the line there. Yes, I think they may get one more lap after this. They're coming up to lap, I think that's Archie Handy. Look at the state of the back of David Smith's truck. We slid a little bit wide there. This could be Ryan's opportunity. He just slid wide, the number 11. Surely he's got him this time. Through goes the number 1. How many laps has that taken him? David just made a mistake there coming out of paddock. David Jenkins is going to have a go now as well. And now they're coming up to lap Archie Handy. He doesn't know where to go to get out of their way. Meantime, is it going to be checkered flag this time? No, 1 second left on the clock as Stuart Oliver goes through. So Stuart's going to win it. Michael's second, we know that. Who's going to be third? There's steam coming off Ryan Smith's truck. Probably steam coming off Ryan Smith as well. He'll be well fired up in there. David Jenkins has come through to 4th ahead of David Smith. Now John Bowler's under fire from Martin Gibson and what's left of Tom O'Rourke's truck. I think he's damaged the most body panels this weekend, it has to be said. Simon Cole is going to win Division 2 by the look of things. Meanwhile, here comes our race leader, soon to be race winner. There's been so much going on further back in the pack. We haven't seen him all race long, really. Stuart Oliver coming in for win number 2 this weekend. And he's probably wondering where everybody else has got to. Stuart Oliver takes the checkered flag. It's a family one too. His son Michael will come in second. Here's the rest of them. What a fraught race that was in the pack. It's going to be Ryan Smith in 3rd. Albeit with most of his front bodywork missing. Ryan comes across the line, 3 wins, 2 third places this weekend. David Jenkins is 4th, David Smith in 5th. 6th goes to John Bowler, Martin Gibson 7th, Tom O'Rourke 8th. It's going to be John Powell in 9th place. No, John Powell showing us a lap down, in fact, so I think it's going to be... something's happened further back. We have lost Neil Yates somewhere. Okay, as the trucks are going through there, we seem to have lost Neil Yates somewhere. So through in 9th is Simon Cole. He's won Division 2. Evans 2nd, 3.5 seconds back. So something's happened to Neil Yates on the final. Oh my goodness, what's happened now? Well, we said Neil Yates' team were going to have a busy time in the workshop after this event, and Neil has just added to it. What on earth has happened there? The rear axle sitting on the barrier. I've never seen that before. What else can these truck drivers get up to this weekend? I hope Neil's all right. Well, remembering what happened at Thruxton a couple of years ago, Neil doesn't like Armco barriers. Let's hope he's okay. He's getting out of the truck. He appears to be all right. Yes, he's out. Looking rather embarrassed, it has to be said. Look at the rear wheel. He couldn't have parked that better if he tried, could he? I've never seen that before. How on earth has he done that? The barrier's held up extremely well. Neil appears to be okay, but that's another truck he's got to rebuild. We've already lost Graham Pool's truck from his team. Stephen Powell with its broken steering. And now this. Okay, let's head down to Pointy. He's down in the pit lane. See if he can sum that one up.
Well, here I am, the excitable Spaniel, thanks to Alan and Mark for giving me that new nickname. But what an absolute... Oh, here he is. The guy that's given me the nickname.
So,
excitable Spaniel.
yes, having had far too many blue Smarties.
Way too many blue Smarties. Anyway, what an absolute result for Stuart Oliver. Cementing his position. I tell you, what a way to start the year. Where's Michael as well? Oh, we'll give Michael to Alan for now. You two were in your own race for most of that, I believe. Dave Smith, first of all, I think, my goodness, if you've seen how he just drove to hold Ryan Smith up. But that was fantastic. The start went so well for you.
It did, yeah. I did, you know, Dave is a hard racer. There's no doubt about it. I knew I had to get up on him in a couple of laps, and I went on the Paddock Hill bend, and I was up alongside him, and he moved over. And I thought I couldn't have lifted, or I would have hit his back wheel and spun him. So I had to just keep in there. And we got round anyway, so and then I saw Michael coming as well. I thought, oh, that's good. I was like, where's Martin? Where's Martin?
I know, that would have been phenomenal to see. Father-son 1-2, yeah. And it's Martin on the podium as well. I think it'll happen some point this year, maybe?
Well, fingers crossed, you never know. It's,
when the moon's aligned.
When the moon's aligned, that's right, it's looking good.
Look at this, absolutely brilliant. We'll swap drivers. You go speak to Alan. We'll swap over. Michael, oh yes, well done. Oh, that was incredible, what a drive.
Well, I was a bit disappointed I didn't get the win, but... Oh.
I know. I thought you should have just knocked him off, really.
I was trying, I couldn't catch up to him.
Well, neither could anybody else by the looks of it. I mean, what a race.
Oh, no, it was class. Well, I don't know if it was class.
Trust me, you two were boring. Once you'd done your bit, that was it. But Dave Smith, I tell you what, he was holding off Ryan until the very last lap, and then he took him, let him go. I tell you what, though, that was a battle. We were all on the edge of our seats.
I'll watch it back. I don't know what
you're watching. We'll watch it later on. We'll watch it later on. Just trust me. But no, I'm just saying to Stuart, obviously, father-son 1-2. What a great way to end the opening weekend of the 25 season.
First time, father and son 1-2. It's honestly, it's brilliant.
That's incredible.
Wrong way round, but yeah, it's
well,
brilliant.
You know, we'll get there. We'll be the passing of the torch later on this year, I think.
No, I don't think so. He's still got plenty of gas in the old tank, you know. But no, I'm chuffed a bit. I hope Martin got on too, not too badly, but
he's there. I think he's still, you know, he's got to find the truck he's in. Obviously, isn't what he's used to. Yeah. So that's going to be having some time off from these things. You know, certainly need to get your head back into it.
How far was the one behind them, the third place? How many seconds was that?
I mean, I think they stopped counting. It was so far away. I hope you two weren't putting too much effort in, because they were miles behind.
I'm just concerned we end up with like a 60-second penalty or something, just so.
Oh no! Yeah, no. Yeah, you could both get some serious track limits, and you'll still be clean.
We didn't have any track limits.
You'll be clear. You'll be clear, definitely.
Well, no, yeah, that's right. But one thing, you know, the important thing was we were in a hurry because I want my Easter eggs.
Don't we all? We got some serious tents to put down before we have any Easter eggs. But guys, honestly, congratulations to both of you. Honestly, it's fantastic to work with you guys. But to see you both on the podium, I'm really looking forward to those photos.
Yes.
So, Ma.
Lost for words, lost for words. Excellent. Right, let's see if we can find anybody else. I can see Dave Smith having a bit of a conversation with Ryan Smith down here. It's looking very, very close, I believe. Lots of emotions down here in the pit lane as we see Martin Gibson giving me a certain signal to say, maybe not today, Pointy, maybe not today. Let's have a word with John Bowler. Yeah, come over here, can I borrow him for a sec? Sean, how are we? How was that?
Oh, fantastic.
What a way to finish the weekend.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, the team have done great. Some really good clean racing, well, from us anyway,
Yeah.
this weekend.
You got to see some serious action from where you were sitting. That was a hell of a race.
I know, which unfortunately we left the microwave and the popcorn in the trailer. So
Damn.
We tried.
So, I saw you doing some modifications to your truck last night, chopping some bits out. Have you found the power that you were looking for?
Yeah, we've got a bit of an increase. There's still more to go, but we seem to be a lot more competitive this weekend. Trucks running well, teams doing well, track times are proving it, and podium this weekend, we're over the moon with that.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's been a great open for a lot of people, I believe. But yeah, it's so important when the teams put so much work into it to have these kind of races. But the spectators must absolutely be loving what they just witnessed.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I mean, all in all, it's been a great week. Apart from we hit the barrier front end on in the earlier races, but we all laugh. Great hats off to the team, sponsors, everyone for all the hard work that's gone into the winter, and it's proving to be working and showing.
Well done, John. John Bowler, Team Bowler. Well done, sir. Fantastic effort. I'm going to go and rescue Dave Smith. Dave, sorry to interrupt. Can I borrow you for a second? Thank you. Dave, now listen, not the result you wanted. I think the entire place was rooting for you, though. That's got to be one of the drives of your life, surely.
Yeah, pole position. I had the opportunity, got into third place. Stuart and Michael come past. Then Ryan caught up, and I thought I've got to defend.
We were with you the whole way, on the edge of our seats, watching from the media centre. Every time you came round, we were like, come on, you've got it.
I could sense the crowd. It was willing me on. But
So how did he get past you? Because, I mean, you had him on the grass a couple of times. He was looking for gaps that weren't there. He was trying every trick in the book. And you would just seem to be defence.
yeah, I was backing him up into every corner and getting the drive. As long as I held it tight, kept my line. I made a mistake at paddock, went wide and let him up the inside. If I hadn't have done that, we would have been there.
Hey, listen, these things happen. I was talking to your son earlier on, and he was saying how, you know, everyone's feeling really good about this year. Just need to work on consistency. If this is what we start to see from you every weekend, I can see some silverware in the future.
Yeah, I think the lap times this weekend have proved we're all in the 59s. The restrictors have, closed the gap massively. They haven't got the power advantage. It is now down to driving skill and defending. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. It was good, clean defending. I liked every one of those moves. Like I say, we were watching so hardcore. Great race, Dave. Sorry for the way it ended, but wow, what a way to watch. And that's what it's all about, watching the races. The skill that went in from all the drivers involved there for getting that result. They're obviously having a few words. Anyway, time, so we want us to keep going. Oh God, we got time. The marshals will be kicking us out soon. Right, hold on then. Do we want to get more of this? This is what happens. They come out, they have little chats about things afterwards. They're like, oh, you want to do this? No, actually, what you want to do is do that. And Dave's like, yeah, but I was in front of you the whole time, mate, so I don't know what you're talking about. And Ryan's like, no, I was trying to get past you. And Dave's like, but I didn't want to let you pass, mate. And Dave's like, yeah, but I was further back and I was going to come past you like that. And then you shut the door. That's literally what they're saying. Right, let's head back down to the front because they'll be kicking us out soon enough. I don't know why Sammy O'Yannon's part there. Another great race from him. Do you want it? Are you okay? No, okay. Always like to check with the drivers whether they're up for an interview. Right, here we go. Oh, we're back down the front again. Where are Martin? I've not spoken to you yet. Come on out. Right, so you got to see some action where you were that race as well.
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. For me, that's truck racing.
It was incredible to watch. I mean, the action, the front two were the front two. We got that, but the adrenaline that must have been in that backpack was just incredible to watch. It was so close.
Exactly, and the people I was with, it was, yeah, there's a bit of bumping, but there's a bit of bumping back. It was all 50-50 and we all survived, so smiles all round.
The spectators must have loved it. I was just talking to Dave Smith about his defending against Ryan Smith. I mean, there were several laps there where we were like, he's not going to get past him. He's not going to get past him.
Yeah, I did think coming down here, I was like, how is Dave doing this? And how has he still got a truck? So
I know, right? Oh,
Brilliant.
they're certainly having words up the top now, but what a result. Well, it looks like we're getting kicked out of the pit lane now. The trucks are making their way back. Any words to open the season from you, Martin?
well, I don't think it can be any better than that, really. If it's going to be like that for the rest of the year, then bring it on. So.
Watch this, bring it on. There's your quote. Thank you, Martin Gibson.